This is your host once again, Sterling Silver. We are joined today by Mr. Josiah and Mr. Alex. Why don't you introduce yourselves? How about you go first, Josiah?
This is Josiah Biggs signing on. Always great to be here, Sterling. Thanks for having me.
Uh-huh. What about you, Josiah? What have you been doing all this week, or past 2 weeks, I should say?
Well, I've been working. I'm a jobber. I know, it's ridiculous. I have a 8 to 5 desk job. And then I've been, of course, doing my 6-day routine of strenuously going back from boxing to jiu-jitsu to boxing to jiu-jitsu to boxing and getting ready. My fight's in about 2 weeks from when this is recorded.
And that's going to be streamed?
I believe so. I need to get more information on that. I will keep the feed updated on the Hypest, so don't worry about that. I'll keep up on that. But besides that, I got a wonderful new microphone, a new setup, so I almost look professional. I've been wanting to get one of these for a while because I do some other work with audio, and I just wanted to get it because I feel special inside. But besides that, not too much has happened this week, or the week before.
Anything in media? Nothing? Any movies? Any cartoons? Anime? Anything like that?
Oh, well, I've been keeping up with the weeklies. The fall season is just about to start. I think the last summer season ends this next week, if I'm correct in my thinking. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it ends this week, and then the fall picks up the next week, so we should be getting some new animus. And I'll be happy. I haven't looked to see what's coming up. I know there was a couple series I've been wanting to...
Young Blackjack?
Oh, yeah.
I remember these things.
Yeah, because we talked about that one time, that we never did that podcast. Yeah, there's some good stuff coming up, and we'll have a little anime corner later. But so far, just the usual, Dragon Ball Super and Food Wars and Gangsta, of course, and Gates, and there's so many. It's hard to remember all the names this season. But the Roku no Yusha. Of course, Monster Musume and Ushio Tutora, and of course there's Humoto and Overlord, and there's a lot of them. Oh, and the second season of Durarara is finishing up, and there's going to be a third part to the second season coming out in the fall as well, so that'll be weird.
Wow, already. So that's your weeks.
Basically. How about you, Mr. Silver?
Well, I've been going through all of Hokuto no Ken. That's Fist of the North Star to you normies. I'm like a third of the way through, since there's like 152 episodes. I could have been done this week, but I was like, I have homework to do, because I have like a lot of that piling up for art class and filmography class that I have to do, cinematography papers and all that crackerjacks. But basically, Hokuto no Ken, it's been freaking fantastic so far. Even though like it has that Saturday morning cartoon, which there's nothing wrong with that vibe. It kind of goes into tangents of, oh hey, we have time, let's go over here and mess around with these characters for a bit, even though these characters are supposed to be going on like a straightforward adventure. But let's do that instead, which is fun in its own way, and that's great. I've also beaten Metal Gear Solid 5. I pretty much I liked the ending very much, even though that there's like, it's very what's the word, I guess intentional or whatever, that it was like very, actually great. I can't really go into spoiler story, but I had fun with it. And then when I finished that, which has been the crowning achievement of my entire life, yeah, that game, I've been finishing it, and so far it's, I don't know, cause like I'm contemplating on whether this is like my favorite game of all time, because there's still freaking Final Fantasy Tactics and Ape Escape in that realm, and like I can kind of do without Ape Escape for right now. Like I can interchange them, but Final Fantasy Tactics, I'm gonna have to replay that again, because wow, Suikoden 3 has been like the best game I've played in the PS2 era and PS3 era, and ever. Like, wow. Other than that, nothing much. Just been doing college stuff, and I guess my gal pal found another kitty cat. She brought it home from work, so now we have 2 kitten cats. And yeah, they like me very much, and I like them, and that's about it. So, Josiah, what have we got today?
We could go into that anime corner segment here for just a little bit. Now that I pulled up the chart for next season, you reminded me there's a lot of good stuff coming out, just like this season was already in the summer. Yes, like you said, there's Young Blackjack, which will be a prequel to the original Blackjack, which was actually a really good anime and pretty well based off of the manga. But besides that, there will be a new Gundam coming out, and One Punch Man. I believe everybody's excited for One Punch Man.
Yes.
And then there is also a Dark Horse coming out called Hokuto no Ken Ichigo Aiji. And that is one of the several spin-off mangas from the Hokuto no Ken main storyline that goes on a side story, and I think there's like 6 or 7 of these different spin-off mangas, and so this one, it seems to be much more comedy based and should be hilarious. As long as they try to keep the original art style, I'm gonna be very happy. Besides that, there's a lot of generic crap, and then there is one trying to sneak past us, and that would be the Owari Monogatari, which is part of the Monogatari series, you know, with Bake and Nisei and all the others. And this one seems to be a little bit more mysterious and not on the main storyline. And so we shall see, because the description shows several different episodes that it's referencing off of, but it has characters I've never seen before. So it looks like they're going to do a little spin-off before they actually continue with the story, which they actually have been put on hiatus, that storyline that they've been promising us for the last 2 years. But, you know, no one's complaining or anything like that. But besides that, Ushio Tora is continuing, and they're starting a new series of World Trigger. to keep up with the manga, and I'm very happy about that because the original World Trigger is going to be ending here soon. But besides that, there's not much. There's the second season of Owari no Seraph, or Beyond the End. For those who know it as that title. And so that may be interesting, may not be interesting. It was pretty alright. I mean, nothing huge, nothing groundbreaking, but it was decently made, and I don't know. I watched most of it, but there also seems... Oh, hey, look at that. There's also a continuation of K, The Return of the Kings, if you remember the K series. I forget what the original one was called in the anime, but this should be interesting. It looks like it might be a different studio as well, and this one's not based off the manga. It seems to be their own creation, so we'll see how that series goes. Looks like it's only out for... Well, they haven't even confirmed how many episodes it's confirmed for yet, so that's interesting. And let's see, some more generic crap. Now there is one called Concrete Revolutio Chojin Gensho, which probably will be my pick for the... Didn't look very good originally, but turns out to be a decent series pick of this season. Just because of the art style, and I am very satisfied with most of what Bones does, because they are the ones who will be putting it out. They are the production studio. But besides that, there's not too much to be mentioned. Most of it's just generic, either the kawaii idols, or the super shonen card wars, or hey, look at me, I'm this guy. And then there's also some mystery ones, but I don't know, they look pretty shallow. But we'll see.
I've got a question for Alex, our esteemed associate over here.
What up, fam?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
What have you been watching recently in the anime realm? Like, it could be anything. Like, have you been getting up to date with stuff, or what's up with that?
I actually
Alex?
spent the last week binge watching Assassination Classroom.
Assassination Classroom.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It is actually really good. I wasn't expecting to like it going in. Because I'm normally not a fan of the quote unquote god character trope, where it's just like blatantly overpowered for the sole purpose of making the story go.
Sues?
Yeah. But it turns out he's not an actual Mary Sue character in terms of character development. He's just extremely powerful, and it's actually quite an interesting series that takes a really dark turn by the end of the first season. And I was really happy to find that they recently confirmed Season 2 for the beginning of the 2016 anime season. So, yes, I'm very excited about that. So that's what I binge watched this week, and of course my actually no, I think that's all I binge watched this week.
So just Assassination Classroom was all you've been doing?
Yeah, and I definitely recommend it fully.
Oh, I watched the first episode of One Punch Man too, even though I couldn't understand it because it was all in Japanese.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on subs for that, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Or until it's finished.
Yeah, it was.
And then I'll binge watch it.
Yeah.
Because that's what I mostly do.
Yeah, it was actually really good. I wasn't expecting much of it, but it turns out they approached it well, and from what I've seen of it, it's pretty good. I can't judge the writing because I don't speak Japanese, but so yeah, that's pretty much all I watched this week in the realm of anime. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. What about you? Did you watch anything new in the realm of anime, Sterling?
New? Well, I don't know. I'm very much not up to date with anime since all that stuff, like if it's new and it's not over yet, then I have no intention of ever watching it. But in cases of like the extremely new stuff that I actually did see recently, it would have to be the JoJo stuff, because that I binge watched that and reviewed all that stuff.
Awesome.
But yeah, not really anything new that no one's ever been like, isn't nothing extremely new that's been over except for the last seasons of JoJo. Isn't the third season of JoJo supposed to come out sometime next year? I don't know.
Not confirmed, unfortunately. Diamond is not animated, is not confirmed yet.
But it is in the works, or just not?
Supposedly the
rumors.
Yeah, the guys at David Production.
Diamond is definitely unbreakable at this point.
Yeah, it really is at this point. Shortly after the final episode was released for Stardust Crusaders, they stated that it was pretty much in I forget who publishes it or whatever. It's pretty much in the it depends on how the Blu-rays sell if we're gonna get it part 4 to be animated. So if the Blu-rays make money, then we'll probably get it. But
yeah, that's always seems the case.
Yep.
Also, another question, since we were on this topic of JoJo, since like I've only seen up to the 3rd part, which was freaking Stardust Crusaders. Like out of those 3, which one has been your favorite? Like in story wise and manga and in like the whole shebang of Phantom Blood, Battle Tendencies, and then Stardust Crusaders.
yeah.
Which one has been like your favorite out of them?
Anime wise, I'd have to go with Battle Tendency. But overall, Stardust Crusaders. I really like.
You, Josiah?
Oh, I like part 8.
Well, I said the first 3.
I know. No, that's the standard troll answer to any JoJo question is, oh, I like part 8.
Read the manga, kid.
It's really confusing right now because it hasn't been, it hasn't had that classic explanation where everything flips and then you suddenly understand all the situations. Yeah. But
if anything, it's only gotten more confusing.
Yeah, but yeah, it's that part 8 is a ride right now. But no, I don't know. I've been so busy. I finally got around to reading Steel Ball Run recently that I just don't know. I've been so so engorged with that lately that I haven't. I don't know. I mean, because the first 3 kind of all share a different place, but similar rank, you know? Because it's when it's after that you get the really, really crazy stuff happening. And, I don't know. I want to say Stardust Crusaders or Battle Tendency. Either one. But you're giving us so little choices on the 7 parts that are already out, but I'd probably just go Stardust Crusaders just because I like the cool, level-headed hero more than the hero of justice and everything like that. I like the guy who's like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, and then beats the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Not the, oh, how dare you! I can't believe you just did that, evil villain.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I just like how Joseph just fucking every fight he's just an asshole. Like he just wings it every fight, and I love it. He just doesn't give a shit.
But yeah, I would say mine would have to be Battle Tendencies as well. Like, I don't know, like the animation adaptation of Stardust Crusaders was great, but I think I was spoiled with the OVA, which was like had better animation from the parts that it was taken from, and like it had like a funner aspect to it.
Yeah.
And like if it had that kind of quality, I might have said Stardust Crusaders, but an overall story and like what it's supposed to be, I think I like Battle Tendencies a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I actually did like all of them, like pretty much the same kind of. But Battle Tendencies just has that little extra like oomph to it, because it was alright. I liked it.
Well, another reason that I chose Stardust Crusaders is just for old man Joseph.
True enough.
I mean, almost solely. I mean, that brings it together, you know. But I mean, because that's what I love. I love old man. I would trade young Joseph for old man Joseph any day.
Me too.
Just like I would trade, actual Trunks for future Trunks, future timeline Trunks any day of the week. You ask me in my sleep, and I'd tell you the same thing. It's that kind of comparison.
Yeah.
So anything of questioning value that you've got, Josiah?
Oh yeah, that's right. We're supposed to be doing questions.
Oh yeah, that big thing we're supposed to be doing.
Oh, I don't think we should start with this question I just came to.
No, do it. Fuck it.
Okay. No holds barred, huh?
All right.
Yeah.
No punches pulled.
Tell him the cell.
Okie dokie.
Let's do it.
Okay, the first question when you asked me about the questions that popped up what is the best thing about your gender? I can't even make up this question. I'll go first. No, I'll go first and break the ice.
All right.
Being able to stand up while I'm peeing. It's so convenient.
That's true. That's very true.
Wow.
Getting paid more. Ooh.
That was disproven.
Don't you come at me with your facts.
I'm sorry that you don't know how to read statistics. But it only took me 2 hours in a college course to figure out that they were reading the statistics wrong on most of those studies.
You would say that.
What's so great about my gender?
You want us to come back to you?
I guess
you do have the right to pass.
You get one pass. Look, I'm gonna just go ahead and say not bleeding every month is pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
like the fact that my penis just doesn't shoot blood every month is pretty cool. Like that's pretty nice.
Being able to take off your shirt and not be ashamed.
Well, I mean, you can still be a guy and do that though, and be ashamed.
I mean, yeah.
Well, not fit guys. Not worrying about makeup, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's still a pretty social norm, despite what Tumblr says. But, so let's go on to the next question. What is your favorite food?
Spaghetti. Spaghetti's my favorite food.
Is it mom's spaghetti?
No, just basic, regular spaghetti. I can make it. My gal pal can make it. Mi madre can make it. Just plain old spaghetti. But like another A second to that would have to be grilled cheese sandwiches. With tomato and all that good stuff in there.
Wait, you
Great.
put tomato on grilled cheese?
Huh? Yeah. It's good. It's good for your soul.
And by soul, you mean colon.
Yeah.
I've never heard of someone putting...
What about you, Alex?
Oh,
what is your favorite food?
Oh, probably pizza, honestly. Because it's so
Pizza?
convenient, and it's also really good.
Pizza.
Actually, no, steak. I'm gonna go with steak.
Steak?
Yeah.
What kind of steak?
Medium rare, sirloin.
That's it?
Yeah, I mean...
Let's see.
All right.
I'm probably gonna say tuna tempura is my favorite food because I'm gonna be making some Sunday because I acquired some sushi grade tuna for very, very cheap, almost as cheap as ground beef, and so I have 3 pounds of it in the freezer right now, and I'm just waiting for Sunday to come.
Very nice.
But yeah, I'm a pretty big fan of basically anything tempura.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because it's easy to cook and it's easy to eat, and everybody loves it. So,
Yeah.
Next question.
skip. What is your first memory that you can remember?
What? Wait, what? I think you cut out.
Yeah, you.
Oh, what's the first memory that you can remember?
My first Christmas. I was born in October 4th, so you know.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Well, basically, I can remember, and I told my mom this, and she was like, "No, you can't remember that way back." Yeah, I can. I can remember all the things I got in order, and she's like, "All right, go." I'm like, "All right, I got a Mickey Mouse blanket that was quilted by my great grandmother. I got a little baby doll in blue pajamas from my uncle on my mother's side. I got some baby clothes. I got which specifically was like a bib type thing that was like in like the bib was a part of the shirt, and some trousers, like little trousers, and some shoes which were like white with like red lining in it. After that, and all this was happening inside my grandmother's house, and I was inside a crib. And these presents were brought to my face, and that's why I remembered them like super super clearly. After the clothes, it was like a big huge pack of like baby formula for some reason. Like, oh yeah, that's a good present, baby formula. All right. After that, it kind of gets a little muddled because I guess I was sleepy or whatever, but like when I went through all that stuff, like my mother was all like, "What? You could remember that?" Like, yeah. But basically that's like kind of where my memory cuts off to until like I was like maybe 2 or 3 years old. But yeah, that's my earliest memory is of Christmas. My first Christmas ever. So yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
That's a cool memory.
Like I got a good memory, but some of the times I wish I didn't.
No, I have a terrible long-term memory. Much better with short-term. But no, I think the earliest memory that I can fully, like extract is I remember when I was like 3 or 4 years old, my grandparents used to have a lake house on Lake Norman in North Carolina. And that was the first house they retired to before they moved down to Florida where they are now. But I remember walking with Grandpa up to the general store because they lived by the lake, but they lived on the side of the lake that didn't have a lot of people on it. You know, like the lake had a town near it, but it was on the other side of the lake. And so we walked to the general store, and I remember walking with my grandpa and my sister, who was like 2, and I forget where my older brother was at the time. I think he was with my cousin, because we were out there for the summer or something like that. I can't remember why we were out there. It wasn't really cold, so I don't think it was Christmas. But that's the clear memory I have, is walking on that road with my grandpa up to the general store to get something. I forget what it was. We forgot something.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was just an empty road in North Carolina.
Seems like a hype road if you remember it. Must be cool. Must have some cool stuff on that road.
It was a beautiful place, out in the Smoky Hills.
Yeah.
What about you, Alex?
Earliest memory I have isn't near as pleasant as either of yours. Is breaking my arm. And I remember it so clearly because I was watching some Spider-Man cartoon in like the early 90s, like probably 97. Maybe 98, because I was walking and was relatively agile now. So I wasn't toddling. But I remember seeing Spider-Man do the, where he brings his middle finger and his ring finger in to shoot webs. Yeah. I was like, I can do that! And didn't comprehend the fact that I do not, in fact, have web shooting powers. And so I got on the arm of the couch, and while my grandma was in the kitchen making me a peanut butter sandwich, I think, jumped off the couch. Webs did not come out. And I had tucked my other arm under me, so I landed on it and broke it pretty much instantly.
Now, Alex, you know why webs didn't come out?
I didn't believe hard enough.
It's because you hadn't hit puberty yet.
Yeah.
I mean, they just don't tell you those things.
Yeah, like, it was really irresponsible for the cartoon not to tell me that they were puberty webs. We probably could have sued and got money, but...
What was that, 97? Nah. Not yet.
Not yet. Not quite yet. But yeah, that's the earliest memory I have, is breaking my arm and being like, oh god, I'm gonna die.
I've never actually broken any
It
bones.
sucks. I've broken 2. I've broken my arm when I was little, and I broke my ankle when I was in middle school.
I broke my femur. My right femur, I think. In daycare. And I was like playing with this little fat kid. And
that's how you start the story.
Those damn fatties.
But yeah, I was playing with this little chubby dude. We were playing the most awesomest game that you can ever play, which was kick the leg until you felt bad. And that's
I remember that game.
That sounds responsible.
And I felt bad, and we had to stop. So only until I got home and I passed out on the bed, we discovered that my leg has been broken. Well, like fractured. And
yeah.
That was like as amazingly great as that story ends, was that a little chubby fat kid kicked my leg enough times to break it or fracture it, whatever. And that's about it. That's how I broke my leg. And
well done.
that's the only thing that I've ever broke. I mean, I had like a lot of accidents in weight class and all that stuff with weights, but nothing broke. Just broken skin though. And scars, but that's about it.
All right, next question. What is one thing you would like to become better at? Alex. Alex first this time.
Alex.
He never goes first.
Oh shit. Can I answer just being an adult in general?
Being an adult?
Can that be my answer? I'd like to become better at being a person. No.
That's an acceptable answer. There are no wrong answers.
No. I'd actually say writing. Probably, I'd like to get my writing to a level where I could actually start getting writing gigs, because that's always been the dream of mine. But that's about it.
Are you having trouble like making the letters or?
No. I abandon projects really easily when they get somewhat difficult. So.
Oh yeah. That's right. I got to show you guys some of my short science fiction stories. I used to write short, like just little epics, science fiction epics and fantasy epics. And I used to try and get scholarships for them. They had some contests. I don't know if I still even have those. I don't even know where they would be. Oh well.
Something
Sterling.
that I wish I was better at. Oh, that's hard because I'm good at everything.
Well, you are a white male, so.
Well, half white male, but
Oh, I forgot the the line that split down the middle of your face and the rest of your body.
Wait, are you saying Sterling isn't like a red man like his avatar always is? Because I've just accepted that's how Sterling looks like in real life.
Jeez. I wish I was better at being grateful to other people. I don't know. Like reciprocating kindness. I don't.
So it's almost like you want to be a better person.
As you can see, we have the highest self-esteem in this podcast.
Well, it's not like it's high self-esteem because I could just say stuff out of the blue to other people and like it might not be the right thing, but it's like the truth. Yeah. But I wish I had like some kind of restraints into saying, "Nah, I should let that go and just let that person be on their way." Even though I can do that, I just almost all the time choose not to for some reason. But after that, like, not almost always, like, they've been cool with it. Like, I haven't, like,
you don't have to justify.
Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, just that. I wish I was better at keeping my cool at a like
Adderall.
At a level where I can be as real but not too real, if you know what I mean.
So you want a filter?
Sorta.
I mean, it's not just like a potty mouth filter or anything like that, but just being able to better filter yourself for this situation. Is that it?
Sort of.
Sort of. Well, I would really like to be better at, showing compassion. Really, it's not that I'm not a compassionate person. It's just like it's hard for me to verbalize it. Like something bad happens to someone. And I'm just like. I'm like, I could say something, but I don't know what I'm going to say, so I'm just going to be an ass if I say anything, because it's really hard for me, unless I really, really know the person, there's no, like, I'm not very good with the quick phrases, and the life hacks. But because if it's someone really close to me and this and that, I know the situation, I know what to say, I've known them for a long time.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. But just casual friends and stuff happens or stuff bums them out. I'm not the best cheer you up kind of guy.
Yeah.
Because most of the time I don't expect people to cheer me up because I don't want them to.
Yeah.
I'm pretty self-reliant, and so as that whole golden rule, like do unto others as you want to do others do to you. I don't want anyone to cheer me up because most of the time I'm just like, I don't want to hear this,
Yeah.
And so I perpetuate that because that's the type of person I am. And there's some people who are very susceptible to, and want to be cheered up, but, I never have given the time to learn how to do that in a social situation. And so that's something that I wish I could become better at.
Mm-hmm. You and me both, brother.
Yeah.
But it's really hard. It's really hard to voice empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Besides those cute little songs from Adventure Time. All right, next question.
Uh-huh.
If there was an extra hour every day, what would you do with it?
Fight shadows, obviously, in the midnight.
I would go into the woods and kill more ghosts.
Yeah.
Duh.
Watch more stuff.
I mean, I would say sleep, but then I know I wouldn't sleep. I would just put it off for another hour because I know I had that hour,
Uh-huh.
I don't know, I'd probably read. It would probably give me some time to actually get some books done that I've started and never finished. I'm really bad about doing that. That's something else I wish I was better at. Not is actually finishing books.
Uh-huh.
Play more video games, honestly.
Yeah. They do take up quite a bit of time.
Uh-huh. Well, that's why you multitask.
Yeah, I've met people like you, Sterling. I know what you mean. I know you're kind.
It's so great because all the Suikoden games allow you to play with one hand. Because you know how at the PS1 controller you have the L and the L and R buttons, and they have 2 buttons associated to each.
Yeah.
Well, on either side you can play with one hand because the L1 is the select button and the L2 is the cancel button, and you could just move around with that, and then the select is the menu button. That's it. And all Suikoden games have that, and that's freaking amazing.
Nice.
So yeah. Multitasking has never been so much better. Alright.
Okay, next question. Would you rather not be able to use your hands or not be able to walk?
Not be able to walk.
Yeah, not be able to walk.
Yeah, not be able to walk. It sucks. It sucks not having hands. You can always, you can always put like swords for legs or like other things.
Yeah.
Get prosthetics because running isn't hard. It's not a hard mechanic, for a prosthetic to handle. But hands are very expensive, and they are very still, in the beta stage of getting actual good hands onto people.
Yeah.
Because that's what I would do. If I lost all, everything in my legs, I would just lop them off and put, steel rods in there or whatever. And,
Wooden pegs.
something like that. I mean, they got those grasshopper legs or whatever, the ones that like, I think they're called grasshoppers. They have that L curve.
Yeah.
Or the J curve, yeah. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that was pretty easy. That was an easy question.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine anyone who would pick losing their hands over their legs, honestly.
Oh, here we go. This so topical. If you could be any celebrity, who would you be?
Joel Edgerton, because he's freaking hot.
Audible Googling of celebrities. Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
Wow.
man. Drive was a great movie.
That's it?
Yeah.
Just because he made that one good movie?
Yeah, well, he made 2 good movies, thank you. He made Drive and Only God Forgives. So, I mean...
Let's see.
Huh.
I think I would be Hugh Jackman, so then I would sign a contract to be Wolverine for a longer period of time.
yeah, but the
That way I could save, the X-Men.
Yeah, that's true. The downside of that is you have to be Hugh Jackman.
There's no downside. I have a hot wife. I get to play Wolverine.
Yeah, but outside of being Wolverine, you have to be Hugh Jackman, and I wouldn't wish that fate on anyone.
That's fine. I'll take that bullet if it means that the X-Men continues on and Wolverine's still canon. Oh, yeah. Now remember, no holds barred.
Oh, fuck.
Alright.
Disclaimer. Asterisk.
Alright.
No holds barred. What's the worst thing you can say on a first date?
I think the worst thing that I could say is...
That you could, not that you would, but
That I
what
could
could you
say.
say? Yes.
I think it would have to be appearance. Like mainly weight or... something like that. Something that, I don't know, like, I always go towards, like, you can't really say anything about weight.
You always go towards like you've been in this situation before.
Yes.
Sterling just has a list of knee-jerk first date reactions.
Just playing them back in his mind.
Yeah, this goes back to the part where I'm too real. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. About their weight, you can't really say nothing about that. Not too much, not too detailed.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah, see, that's a problem that comes up with me a lot. Not on the first date, but like a couple dates in. Especially if I have a fight coming up, I'm like, oh, I can't do that. I'm watching my weight, and then it becomes a discussion, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
son of a, and then I'm like, why did I say anything?
Uh-huh.
Why, But it's just after hanging out with fighters and being around fighters for such a long time, like women fighters as well.
Yeah.
It's just something that you constantly talk about, just as casual. It's like a small talk for fighters.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so I always forget that when I'm talking to normies. But no, so I see where you're coming from there, because I unintentionally put myself on that spot a lot. That's also something I wish I could be better at.
Yeah.
Practical tunnel of self-discovery this podcast is.
Yeah, weight is probably a big one, but another thing, the worst thing that you can say on the first date is like
Do you put out?
either mentioning their ex, if you know their ex, or your ex. And just like on the first date, that's the worst thing.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can do besides just sticking your hand down your pants. Like,
Wait, the chick's not like that?
it's coming in and out. It's really hard to read the vibes on that one.
Yeah.
But
I thought
sometimes
the whole
in
point
style,
was
sometimes it's not in style. You really just gotta look at the celebrity magazine,
the seasonal things.
read it constantly. But
Uh-huh.
I was led to believe that
No,
the first thing you should do is take your weekend
yeah,
out right away.
basically, especially like for me, like I've had some first dates, and it's just like, oh well, they just got out of this relationship, they're casually dating, and then they won't just shut up about the last relationship, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm glad I get to know this guy, even though I'm on the date trying to know you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
What about you, Alex?
Honestly, hold up, my shit's all fucked up, sorry. Honestly, in my opinion, one of the worst, not that I would say, but one of the worst things that you could say is probably something like, so So about what date do you start putting out? Like just going straight to that shit? Like that's probably one of the worst things you can do.
No, some girls actually, like that's the first, not the first thing they bring up on the first date, but that's like where the first date is headed.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
it's ridiculous, it's like
It's not like, I don't know, like I don't.
it's not that uncommon anymore. It's
Yeah.
uncommon still, yes, like from the people that I surround myself with.
Yeah.
But but it's getting more like that slowly though.
Yeah.
With some people,
Yeah.
it's a lot, it's a lot less surprising these days
Yeah, that's
as
true.
it would have been 10 years ago, about just bringing it up. Because we used to be, classy about it and use innuendos and this and that, but now people are just blunt,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the
tactless. And,
in the I don't want to say the homosexual dating scene, but all of it. But in most gay circles, it's a lot more open. Like, yo, you want to suck some dick? But we have entire apps that are just, yo, I'm down to suck some dick. I'm 8 meters away.
coming in hot.
Literally, Grindr will measure in meters how close people are to you.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, because that's what it is. Like the weird thing about Grindr is it does exactly what it's supposed to do. But Tinder, I don't see why people are on Tinder and say, "Oh, I'm just looking for friends."
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like, why do you even have the app? Like,
Are you
for
looking
some
for
reason,
friends to
straight
put their
people don't
penis in you?
understand Tinder, but gay people understand Grindr perfectly. It
Yeah.
doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, like you want a fucking blowjob and go away.
you want to do the dirty, and then
leave.
you want to sit in shame by yourself back at your own house.
Yeah, like you don't want to fucking make eye contact. It's not that type of.
But no, it's people don't understand Tinder. From the times that I mean, I tried it out. I browsed a little bit, see what was up with it. When it first kind of became popular, before it really exploded. I learned about it. I saw it on another website, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll check this out, whatever this is. And it's just like people still don't know how to use it.
Yeah.
It's really dumb, but let's see. Man, how'd the first memory come up again? That's weird. Okay. Oh, if you could choose any era to live in, what would it be? Alex.
Whew, that's a tough one. Ideally, I want to say the medieval era, but I'm fat and wouldn't survive the medieval era.
Well, you could.
And
People would think you're rich.
Insulin's not really a big thing in the medieval era, though. So I would get there and then die. But I would honestly say like the not distant future, but like the near future, when virtual reality's kind of taken off and stuff like that. Space travel has not become normalized, but is actually possible. That would be cool. What about you guys?
I don't know. I'd say I'd live back in the 1980s, just for funsies. Like to be
So you could get a good job and you'd be set by now.
to be cognitive in the 80s, just to see how everything was.
It's like born in the early 70s and like adolescence in the 80s.
Like now, like me now in the 80s, like.
Okay.
Yeah. Like just to see like what's up with what's cool, what's happening, able to tell what's gonna come up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's about it. Nothing too amazing, nothing too grand in that area. What about you?
Oh, I would like to be back when people were still exploring America. Like Lewis and Clark times. Back like Louisiana Purchase, just because it's just back when you could go, out and claim your land and this and that, and you just work and you have a family and it's easy and you shoot coyotes at night for fun. Things were just so much simpler without all this crap, Not that I don't like computers and I don't like, most everything that I live in now, but if I'd grown up in that era, it would have been different, and I think I would have lived a more fulfilling life.
Yeah, that was a really good answer.
Next question. Oh, what's the longest you have gone without sleep?
3 days, I think.
Oh, me too. 72 hours.
I don't really remember extremely as to why I stayed up for 3 days. Maybe because I was staying up for 3 days and I was sleepy all that time, but nope, just stayed up for 3 days. I think it was in the summer. But yeah, nothing, yeah, 3 days.
Nice. I also think it's been about 3. I don't really keep track because I have diagnosed insomnia, so. If you keep track, you'll go insane.
Yeah. I remember I stayed awake for 3 days. I just couldn't sleep, for some reason. I don't know. Then I crashed the fourth day, of course. But, yeah, it was a weird time. I was working and going to community college and doing other things. And I don't know. I couldn't sleep. I think I had a lot on my mind all the time, and it was just a really stressful time for me. I remember running at 4 a.m. the first 2 days. For some reason, I don't know, I was trying to get myself to sleep. But, yeah, that was a weird time. Staying up that long is really weird.
Yeah.
What is the last dream you remember?
Oh my gosh. I don't even have dreams anymore. Let me see.
Well, it's not that you don't have dreams, you just don't remember them. Everybody has dreams.
Everybody has some hopes.
Huh. No? Nothing recently that I can remember. Not even, I kind of remember all my nightmares from when I was 2 to 4 years old, but just because of that. Nope. I got nothing.
Well, I remember the last dream that I had. It was a couple days ago. I get pretty vivid dreams whenever I start getting this close to a fight. And usually it's just me fighting something or something and something like that. But this time I was at the hotel and I couldn't find my gear to fight. And I was rushing out of the hotel and I was getting late and this and that. And it was like Alice in Wonderland, I'm late. And I just, no matter what I did, I couldn't gain any ground. And it was terrible. I hate having stress dreams like that, where I either can't find something or I can't do something or I'm just wandering around aimlessly and I know I have to be somewhere else, but I can't seem to get on track for some reason. And those are the adult nightmares I have these days. Because I'll realize I'm in a dream, but I still don't have control over it for some reason, and it just, bleh.
Nice.
What about you, Alex?
Most recent dream I think I had was, I can't remember any specifics of it, but it was me, some online friends, and some people I know from the Hypest. We were in some type of combat situation.
Alright.
Like an actual organized military effort, and I can't remember what against who or why.
Alright.
But I know it was that type of thing because we were all in uniforms. So yeah, that was a fucked up dream. Yeah, that's all I can remember.
Let's see. Come on. Keep working. There you go. Oh, here's an interesting one. Do you read reviews about a movie before deciding whether to watch it or not?
Some of the times, if they're not like too spoilery, I sometimes watch like a lot of YouTube aficionados that are in the movie reviewing stuff. But most of the times I just need the trailer to tell me if it's good or not. Sometimes it works,
Yeah.
sometimes it doesn't, but it's an alright kind of thing. And sometimes when people on Facebook say, oh hey, that was a good movie, you should go see it, I consider it, and that's about it.
The only time I'll actually read reviews on a movie before I watch it is if I'm gonna go see it in a theater, because I don't want to spend money on a movie I'm not gonna like.
yeah, that's me too.
Well, most of the time, you know, it's like, usually you have a good idea if the movie's going to be good or bad, but if you don't, that's usually when I look. It's really just situational, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to see, oh, I heard about something about this, but I haven't heard, you know, anyone saying if it's good or not.
Yep.
Let me just look up the, you know, the Rotten Tomato scores, the IMDb scores, and see, you know, whether you know, people like it or not.
Yeah.
But most of the time, you know, I have a pretty keen sense about movies. They're not too hard to figure out these days, if you know what I mean. But especially when they put out like 6 trailers before the stupid thing comes out. But all right, what did you have for dinner last night?
Rice, beans, salsa, with like some lettuce. That's about it.
What kind of frijoles are we talking about here?
No, just that. Just rice, beans, like not refried beans, just beans.
Black beans or kidney beans?
Like
or...
pinto beans, kind of.
Nice.
Like restaurant style salsa, like on everything. Like it has like all those chunky stuff without like, with barely little any like liquid in it.
So the picante?
Sort of.
Yeah.
And lettuce on top of it, with like some shredded like carrots and onions on it, but that's about it. Like, yeah.
Alex?
Last night for dinner. It was D&D night, so me and some friends stopped at Kroger and got some Kroger brand sushi. It's actually really good. It's a really nice upscale Kroger, and they hire actual sushi chefs to make it.
Yeah, most of the time those places have like a third party company that comes in that makes the sushi, so they're actually trained, and not someone picked off the street and said, hey, make sushi.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they had it was almost like a restaurant style. The sushi chef was in the center of this counter making it, and if you wanted a custom box, he would make you a mixed box consisting of whatever sushi you wanted. So it was actually really good.
Yeah, that's we have sort of like that at the grocery stores around here. We have again, there's a third party sushi company, but there's only one sushi company in all the grocery stores, and so they're all really good.
Yeah.
And so you can basically walk into any grocery store and get the same sushi. And it's basically like that. They have a little table and they're making sushi all day, and then you can, you know, come up and ask them for custom things or just pick something off the already made stuff. But
it was actually quite tasty.
Yeah, that stuff's always good.
Spicy tuna. So.
Ooh. Well, I made some orange chicken last night, Chinese restaurant style. I tempuraed the chicken, and I made the orange glaze, and I had it with some nice brown rice because I can start eating carbs, a lot of carbs again because I'm underweight. And so I'm very happy about already making weight and being under a little bit because now I get to binge a little bit. And add in some sweets every once in a while now and add in some more carbs besides breakfast. So I've been having fun with my meals lately.
Tasty.
Like tonight I already have some jambalaya cooking in the crock pot right now for dinner tonight.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's gonna be good.
Jambalaya is great.
Better.
But yeah, I gotta remember to add the shrimp an hour before I want to eat it because if you put the shrimp in for 5 hours, they'll disintegrate in that slow cooker. Let's see. Oh, here we go. What movie or movies have you rewatched the most number of times? Take a moment to compose yourself.
2001: A Space Odyssey is up there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's probably Small Soldiers because I always used to rent that as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like a young adult. Just because I don't know, it was fun to see like toys just come to life and then freaking get exploded and stuff like that. And like at that time we didn't have like I guess we didn't buy movies all that much, but we always rented them for some odd reason. Like as much of times I've rented freaking Small Soldiers, like I could have bought like 5 DVDs of it. But yeah, that would be, I think it would be Small Soldiers because like I watched that like almost like every time I got to the renting place.
Nice.
But now when I see it again, I'm like, wow, this doesn't really hold up all that great.
No, it's great when you're a kid though.
Yeah.
I think mine is in between either The Emperor's New Groove or Disney's Atlantis because I've seen those films like no, it's neither of those. It's Treasure Planet. It's freaking Treasure Planet. I've seen that at least over 30 times.
Planet.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, Treasure Planet is by far my favorite Disney film. Oh my gosh.
Very nice.
It's perfect. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'd actually have to go with... That's tough. Probably Drive, actually, because
Drive.
yeah, a friend of mine introduced me to Drive, and I'm like, this is really good, and I couldn't stop watching it. And I watched it probably 3 times in a week. And I've watched it frequently, multiple times after that, because I have shown it to multiple of my friends. So, and when they watch it, I watch it. So yeah, it's probably Drive.
All right. How about a build on that question and say, what shows have you watched more, like a lot, like the same question but shows,
TV shows, yeah.
like TV shows or anime, whatever. Whichever.
Well, it's just, anime is a TV show.
Yeah.
I will go first. It's actually a tie between Scrubs and Ippo. Because I watched them both all the way through the same amount of times. I watched Scrubs at least 7 times through it, and watched Ippo coming up about 7 times through now. So, I mean, literally, you could set me down in the room with someone, and I can quote to you what they're saying on the screen in any Scrubs episode for a certain amount of time. I'm not even joking. Like, my roommate will come in, and I'll be talking and doing the different roles with the actors on Scrubs. Because their dialogue is just so perfectly scripted. And there's once you start looking at things and looking for specific things, you find these hidden treasures and hidden jokes that like play on parts that were either earlier in the series or in the future of the series. And oh my gosh, is Bill Lawrence a genius? Oh my gosh.
Well, the show that I watched the most would probably have to be a tie between Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy. Just because I own all the DVD box sets of those things, and I just, every time, like before I got into like reviewing all that stuff of anime, like I would always like, I'm bored, but I don't want to play any video games and I don't want to draw anything. I'm in the mood for something light, something hilarious. Oh, I know, some Ren and Stimpy or Rocko's Modern Life should do the trick, and it always seems to do so. So yeah, like I think I've watched, like I know I've watched like at least 2 episodes of Ren and Stimpy that I know like the whole formula of everything, and I can like just mouth the words to everything that is being said on screen, which I think one of them is Stimpy's fan or something like that. Stimpy's greatest fan or something like that. And it all has to do with Ren being extremely jealous of Stimpy getting fan mail, and like he gets crazy over it, and it's just a hilarious romp to watch. As well as Rocko's Modern Life. I can like quote things out of the blue, but like not like an extreme episode like Ren and Stimpy, but yeah, both of those shows.
Nice.
What about you, Alex?
Evangelion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no question.
Well, if we're including Evangelion,
Well, I mean,
I had to change my list.
if we aren't including Evangelion, probably Ed, Ed and Eddie.
Ed, Ed and Eddie?
Yep.
It's good.
That was my favorite show growing up, and it's still one of my favorites today, and I go back and watch it pretty often.
They had that down pat. Alrighty then. I think this is a good podcast.
Yeah? This is a good podcast as it ever has been.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's always the best podcast when it's us.
Whoa.
I mean, I'm definitely not trying to shoehorn in an ending because I need to go do laundry and other things. But
well, of course not.
Oh.
That's not why. It's just we've filled up our time. It's perfectly filled up, and you know, it's perfect that way.
Yep.
So, what have we learned today? That
never mention numbers or weight around women.
Don't put your hand down your pants on the first date.
Yes,
Maybe.
this is true. This is true.
See, Sterling has an amazing memory. Don't ever cross him. He also shows no empathy or mercy. He is an emotionless man. So,
Sterling is apparently not red.
Apparently.
Like I thought.
That's racist, but
Well, no, like.
And we learned that Josiah likes to have vivid dreams when he's on peyote, out in the desert before fights.
hey, that's for religious purposes. Again, I live in Oklahoma. You don't understand.
What else did we learn? We learned that
Alex doesn't do anything in his job, and he never will.
Yep,
That's
yep,
true.
that's true.
Yeah, no, it's completely true.
He's also a big baby and a filthy casual when it comes to fighting games.
That is accurate. Yes, I do cry a lot.
He just can't. He just can't get over the fact that he has to do diagonals and
Yeah, man.
half circles and
And
pretzels
footsies.
Yeah.
and all that stuff. He just can't get over that stuff. And without further ado, this has been a very nice podcast. So, goodbye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Back into the void.